Today I'm going to be doing my video on the Brazilian favelas, and one of the first things I'm going to talk about is the kind of the problems about the Brazilian favelas. Like, one of the first things that came up was how they were treated by the government. So one of the problems that's been appeared with the Brazilian favelas and the government is that they've been ignoring them. They've kind of been treating them as if, oh, just ignore the problem, just forget about it, and it'll go away. And really, it's not that easy. And they're finally starting to take notice, like, until recently, that it's a better idea to simply just try to aid the area rather than just leaving it there and letting it kind of deal with its own problems. It takes too long. I mean, originally what they kind of had problems with was drugs, drug lords, gangs, and a couple other things that kind of appeared over time. There's just lack of electricity, certain medical problems that kind of show up because they don't have hospitals there and such on. And finally, they're starting to notice, why not send some people over there to actually try and fix the problems, such as police units and people who can aid in, like, food, trying to get better electricity around there and make things a bit faster. One of the second points I'm going to get to is that the Brazilian favela for a long time was literally, very, very, very literally wiped off the map. On the map of Brazil, the government really was so ashamed of them that they didn't want them to even know they existed. Most people didn't want them to be known by everyone, or anyone at all. So they literally moved them off the map and said, forget about them. They don't need to know. And also, what they also did was they kind of ignored, like I said, they ignored a lot of the problems. And the biggest thing that they did was ignoring them, kind of trying to make sure they don't get found out by anyone. And they also had so many problems with electricity and water and other things like that, just kind of having those kind of commonplace things that you see for a sort of country like this, like in America. Well, there they have very little. They have to do with nothing. They have literally not even streets. They don't even have street names. And not until recently has the government started to realize, okay, we'll start adding street names. We'll start getting police units. We'll start trying to clean up the place, because if we don't, you're not going to be able to either. So yeah, they kind of recently, at least trying now, but at least trying isn't the best. They've kind of had to deal with a lot of things. They couldn't even leave their houses at night because they were afraid of being shot, killed, kidnapped, and sold for ransom by the drug gangs. They get, most amazingly, some of the stories that used to be appeared was that people had to lock their doors at night, and or else people who, like drug gangs, would go into your house, literally take your organs and sell it. Yeah, pretty crazy. So over time, it's gotten better. It has gotten better. It's not amazing, but it's still getting there to where it should be. And it's just I just kind of think it is important, because not a lot of people really know what's going on in the Brazilian favelas. They know about it, as it's been kind of noticed in popular culture and movies like in Fast and the Furious. You kind of seen a lot of movies using, oh, this looks kind of like a shanty town, let's use it here and make this cool action scene. But anyway, yeah, it's known as something that exists, but not known as what goes on there. And it's kind of a problem that I wish was resolved, is that people knew about it, people wanted to help, and people could help it. So